Hey, backstage live at Lollapalooza. I'm Marty Lennartz along with Kip Malone of TV on the Radio.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to our backstage area here at Lollapalooza. So when did you guys get in town?
A couple hours ago.
Oh man, you just got in.
I flew in from Baltimore.
Oh, you were at the festival yesterday in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me, you guys enjoy playing festivals? Is this is this like an? I don't know if it's the optimal way to see TV on the radio. How does it work for you guys?
You know, it's a mixed bag. Sometimes it's a perfect thing, and sometimes it's just not ideal. But just I don't know, approach it with the best expectations every time and see what happens.
Right.
It's kind of hot today.
Yeah, it is.
Hot yesterday, but you know.
Well, it's summertime. It's festivals.
Summertime.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Welcome back to Chicago. The band TV on the Radio does have some Chicago roots, seeing that your first few records were released on Chicago label Touch and Go, which is so it's always nice to have you here. I saw you guys play at the Empty Bottle. Might have been the second time you were here in town, and I'm not sure if were you in the band at that time?
Was it a show opening for the fall?
It was playing with it was on the same night that Franz Ferdinand had played earlier. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, you were in the band then?
Yeah, we were opening for the fall that night.
Yeah.
Or some version of the fall.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the album Return to Cookie Mountain.
Thank you very much.
It came out last year. And were you guys surprised by the acclaim this record achieved? At the end of the year, it was on the top of so many best of lists.
That was a really nice thing. It's nice to get accolades from people. We've worked really hard on it, so it's encouraging to work really hard on something and put your heart into it, and then get positive reinforcement from outside. Ultimately, it's not really something to focus on for me or for us in the band, though, because you know, there's lots of other records on this list that don't speak to me, you know, or like, I don't know, just like taste is so subjective, and it can't really be our motivation for creative work.
Right. Well, I guess it just says that people really liked it.
That's a really nice thing.
Yeah. Now, Return to Cookie Mountain was your first record on a major label. You made the jump from indie labels. Do you think that major labels are starting to get it now in that you know, you do get the advantage of the distribution of that company, but do they leave you alone and give you creative freedom and allow you to do what you want to do?
I want to sleep in and eat fatty foods and, you know, let myself go. So like that's funny that let us do what we want to do. Like they weren't present during the writing and recording of that record. We weren't on a label. We were on Touch and Go. We weren't on Interscope at that time. So, you know, we live in Brooklyn. That company is in Los Angeles. As of this point, you know, it hasn't really been much time or opportunity for any kind of interference. I don't really anticipate it. We have some pretty hard-headed people in our crew, and it doesn't really work that way.
You do.
Speaking. Yeah.
Now, as you said before, you guys come from Brooklyn. A lot of bands from Brooklyn and New York have been represented here at Lollapalooza this weekend, and you know, you all pretty much have come out of the same scene. Like the Yeah Yeah Yeahs played here, and I know that Dave has produced a record for the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, worked on the records, and Tunde did the video for the Yeah Yeah Yeahs a few years ago. Also, Clap Your Hands, Say Yeah played here, and we had Interpol and Yola Tango today. So it's many different generations of New York bands, and indie underground bands for the most part playing in front of really large audiences. That's a pretty cool thing. Maybe that's what makes a festival.
Yeah, ideally. You know, I never went to the original Lollapaloozas, but I remember being excited about the lineups when I heard about the first one. So it's not really a new thing, and I'm, you know, like, I don't really have the perspective exactly.
Yeah.
To know, like, what was underground and what wasn't underground for, like, you know, Woodstock and whatnot. But, like, I know that, like, experimental and not, and, like, I don't know, real rock music was popular at a time, you know, like, so it's not really that strange. It's like just maybe it's happening again. I don't know.
I think what my impression is that it was really cool seeing these bands who just a few years ago were playing small clubs, and here playing in front of 25 to 30,000 people, and just getting the music out there. And so many people who possibly have not known the bands in the past are introduced to it. To see the Yeah Yeah Yeahs play in front of it, we had to be 25,000 people out here. It was pretty cool, and they rocked it. They're
great.
Yeah.
One of my favorite live bands ever.
Yeah. You guys just released some songs on the iTunes store, and you changed a song called Satellite that was on your Young Liars EP. You changed it a bit with more African guitar influences, that high life. That's pretty cool. Do you find that's happening to some of your songs? You're reinventing them now that you've played them for a few years?
It's inevitable. It would be so mind-numbingly boring if they remained static. It's just not the nature of, from where I'm coming from and from where everyone in the band is coming from. That's not the nature of live music.
Right.
You know? It's always changing. Whether you want it to or not, it's always changing.
When I saw you guys play in Austin, you did a club date and you had a horn section with you. Do you do that very often? Because it really was dynamic that night.
We love to do it. We don't do it that often. When we have the opportunity to work with horns, particularly with the different members of the band Antibalas, that's are often who our horn accompaniment is. Any opportunity we have to work with them, we jump at, because it expands the sound dramatically.
You've pretty much been touring a lot since the record came out. Have you had any chance to work on any new music? Or
yeah, you know, everyone's sketching stuff here and there.
Yeah.
Not really trying to make it happen until everyone's gone home and had a chance to collect themselves.
Well, after all these festivals this weekend, I know that I've been here for 3 days. I'm ready to go home. Yeah. So thank you very much for stopping by and chatting with us, and we're really looking forward to seeing your set in just a little bit. So all the best of luck with TV on the radio, and thank you so much.
Thanks. Nice to talk to you.
Sure, nice to talk to you as well.